Hi, welcome back. Today we're actually going to get to do some masonry. We're going to put our bricks along the bottom of the dollhouse, and we're going to actually make some progress today. So let's do a little review work here before we do this. We got our foundation has been painted a gray, and it's dry now. So now it wants us to peel the webbing from the brick tape as shown. Okay, so and it just like that. Right there. That's what we're working on. Okay, and it says to stick the stencil to the foundation wall, leaving enough overhang at the corner to hold onto for removal. Press firmly for contact. Otherwise, you might have the brick material seep under the tape. They suggest doing one side at a time, but that's okay because we can do the two short ends, or we can do the front or the back. Well, I'm thinking we should probably start on the back just to make sure we get the hang of this. To cover 1 foot of brick template takes 1 ounce or 1 1/4 tablespoons of the brick powder. I don't have a tablespoon, but I do have a teaspoon. So 3 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon. So that's what we're going to go for. Okay, it wants us to take in a cup, to take 3 teaspoons of white glue or tacky glue into a cup, add an equal amount of water to the glue. Mix it well. Put the appropriate amount of brick powder for the length of the surface we're going to create into a different cup, and then slowly add the glue water, mixing it well. It is easy to add too much glue mixture, so proceed with caution. That's like making powdered sugar frosting. You add too much milk and you have a bit of a problem. Okay, continue until the mixture starts to hold its own shape like cake frosting. That's kind of interesting. We were just talking about frosting. Spread brick mix over the webbing with a putty knife to about 1/16 inch thick. If you would like to paint the brick to change its color or to give it an aged look with watered down paint, then paint the brick now before the webbing is removed. We're not going to do that. We're going to go with the pretty red. Remove webbing within 5 minutes. Stick the overhanging webbing to a piece of scrap wood and pull as you did when taking the webbing off the backing. The wood handle will help pull the webbing off easy. So what they're saying is they want you to, because the back part will already be gone and this will be on the house, so they want us to wrap this like this, wrap it around, and then carefully pull it away. That's what they're talking about. If needed, touch up the bricks with a small piece of wood while the bricks are still soft. Wait for bricks to dry on one surface before proceeding to the next. So I think we're going to start with the back, like I said, just to get a hang of this. And then we can turn it around and we can do the front. So then we'll have the 2 sides done. And then we'll give it some time to dry. And then we can do the 2 short ends. Okay? That sounds like a plan, right? What can go wrong? It's going to go smooth. All right, so we have our tape. Doesn't look like there's a top side or a bottom side. So we're going to, let's just first of all make sure we're going to have enough. So we're going to need 2 pieces this long. I think we're going to have enough. I just want to make sure. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to have that much left over. So whatever we do, we can't mess it up. We're supposed to leave a little overhang so we can pull it off. Okay, we can do that and get that to come off like that. We're going to also need to have to pick these out because see, some of these didn't come out. So we're going to have to take them out, or maybe not, because when we peel the tape off, those will stick. I think we should though. I'll just drop them everywhere and then pick them up when we're done. We're going to try and line this right up with this joint. And we'll go ahead and spread that down. I think I'll just go ahead and get this on so I don't rip it. And then I'll just come back and pick those pieces out. I want to reread this about putting it on to make sure we're doing it correct. It said, stick the stencil to the foundation wall, leaving enough overhang at the corner to hold on to for removal. Okay, I don't see where it can be any more difficult than that. Okay, now scissors way up there. Now I'm going to try and pick these off before I finish putting it down. I think I need a stick pin. Now we need to mix our glue water. And it said about 3 teaspoons. There's 2. There's 3. All right, 3 teaspoons of glue. 3 tablespoons of water. 3 teaspoons, 1, 2, 3, and I think I'll add another one just because my spoon is really full of glue. We're gonna mix that up. Okay, looks pretty thick. Okay, now that's mixed up. I want to wipe our spoon off. Get another little cup. And we're just gonna mix this up a little bit by little bit. I said 1 tablespoon will make, to cover 1 foot of brick template, it takes 1 tablespoon of brick powder. Okay, so 3 teaspoons equal a tablespoon. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now we're supposed to add glue water. Slowly add amount of glue water. Let's stir it up again here. And we want it to hold its own shape, like cake frosting. Okay, I think we need a little more. Okay, I think I added a little too much because see, it's kind of thin. So we'll just go ahead and add a little more brick mix. So it holds its own shape. Maybe just a tad bit more. That much. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, so I have a putty knife, and I'm not sure what this is for. It might be too big. Okay, whatever. Let's just get started here before this stuff really sets up. We're going to just take some and smear it on. I don't know how thick it is, but we're going to just put it on so it looks good. It looks pretty good. All right, it's pretty close to 5 minutes. It says remove this within 5 minutes. So I taped a popsicle stick to the edge of this tape. And it looks pretty good. Some of it's a little thicker and some of it's a little thinner, but I think that's okay. How do you like that, huh? Can you see it good? Yeah. Okay, now this stuff up here will come off when we peel the tape off. And I can definitely see why they wanted us to tape this, because it's full of stuff. And down under here it's a little rough, but I can clean that off once this has dried, because I don't want to touch it right now. Some of that is kind of droopy because it wasn't as dry as the rest of it, but that's okay. That's why we started on the back, so we can spot our problems. I think next time, or when we do the front, we'll just go ahead and mix a double batch so we can get it on and it can get setting up for the same amount of time. I think it looks really good. You see why they wanted us to paint the base first, because you see the mortar. Because it's going to have flaws, because it's, well, because it's not going to be perfect. I think I'm going to very carefully turn this around so we can go ahead and work on the front side and give this a chance to dry. We have the stencil on the front part now, so let's go ahead and get our next batch of mortar or brick stuff on. Well, we got the front side all done, and it's time now to take our stencil off. I'd say that looks pretty good. And we'll tape it on over here. Or maybe not. Okay, that's done. Now let's take our little stick and touch it up a little bit here. Okay, so I don't want to do any more on that until that's really set up. All right, let's go ahead and pick the last off. I have all the other sides done. There we go. We're going to let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow when we come up, we will go ahead and start putting up our walls. But we want this to be solid and secure, so we're going to wait. Looks pretty good. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the like button for me. And I'll see you again tomorrow when we start putting the walls up. You guys have a good afternoon. Bye.